Mars, named after the god of war, has played with our imaginations for thousands of years. Martians, little green men, flying saucers, abductions, and the War of the Worlds were all inspired by our sister planet, which we now know to be a distant, desolate, and lifeless rock. Or is it? This rock, encountered by Curiosity rover on the way from Bradbury Landing to Glen Eagle on September the 22nd, 2012, was named after the Chief Surface Operations Systems Engineer for the Mars Science Laboratory, Jake Matijevic. The rock measures 25 centimeters, or 9.8 inches high, and 40 centimeters, or 16 inches wide. It was the first image taken by Opportunity Hand Lens Imager, first rock to be studied by the alpha particle X-ray. Analytical studies found that the Jake M was an igneous rock. It was high in elements found in feldspar, such as sodium, aluminium, and potassium, with lower concentrates of magnesium, iron, and nickel. This rock was different from other rocks previously tested on Mars. I wonder why. Looking at this rock closely, one will notice that, first of all, the rock isn't touching the surface of the planet. It seems to be off the planet. Secondly, the one side the striations are going from left to right, and on the other they're going from up and down. NASA claims this is from wind, direction, and molecular particles rubbing against the rock, causing it to look like that. I disagree. Why? I decided to go on my own quest and find out what is going on Mars. And I've come across a lot of these type of rocks, as you'll note. They all have a base, they're all hovering off the surface of the planet, and they all seem to have a rocky type covering. So I am now convinced that these are false rocks. Now it's totally pointless for me to make a claim that these are false rocks without showing how I believe they are actually manufactured and for what purpose. So let's go and take a look at what are these rocks used for. That is where we will start. Okay, we're looking from another point of view on this hill. We're looking downward. Now, this rock here, the larger rock, looks like to be false. And underneath this rock, I noticed a straight line. There. And there. And there seems to be like rectangles there, there, and there. So, this looks false. I'll go down again, and then I'll look at this rock here. This rock, if I can find my cursor, it's got a square base, has a roundish support section, and then there's the rock itself. And the same goes for that one. Now we look at another rock. this rock here. This rock here has a supporting pillar, which you can see quite clearly here. It goes around this way, goes up this way, and it looks quite hollow underneath. And if you look at the other rocks around here, they all look the same. They all have that same look about them. Every one of these, which is very odd. So this is how I'm concluding that this is a village, first of all, because there's hundreds of these together. I mean, you got this big one here, this big one there, you have this one, this bunch here, this one. There's just hundreds of them all over the place. And if we come down this way a bit and go down here and we zoom in a bit, zoom in. Here, you'll notice, if you look very carefully, those all look like little entrances to under rocks, right from here, with some strange features, like here for example, the strange feature. Move back a bit, come across this one here. There's this strange feature. This rock here looks like to me just balancing there. It looks like this particular dwelling is still under construction. In fact, this looks like a bit of an entrance here. This area here looks like a bit of an entrance. I don't want to dwell on this too much. I don't want you guys to get bored and waste your time at all. But there are some interesting things I'd just like to point out on this particular dwelling area. Now, there's also a well that I've noticed that goes underground. I'll just try and find it quickly. Here it is here. This area here, it's a well that goes in. If you look very carefully, you'll see the well entrances here. And that's where it goes down. And this rock here seems to be kind of jammed into it, so it might be an old, unused well. I don't know. No way I can tell. But nonetheless, there is that. And there's one other thing I'd like to point out, or two other things in fact, on this image. If we go towards this end here, this is amazing in my opinion, and this is just really weird. This is the mountainside. This here is an opening into the mountainside, and you can see the wall thickness even. Now, that's manufactured if you ask me, or alternatively you've got some very good cave diggers. But then again, it looks to me like most of the Martian surface is in fact covered with this false rock. These are all dwellings, as you'll notice. All of these here, they've all got that characteristic of being floating rocks that things can live under. Okay, so one final thing on this page I need to show you. There's some more rocks there. These rocks here look like either they were damaged during construction and ripped apart, or alternatively it's still being constructed. We don't know. So anyway, that's enough of this picture. This picture shows you an entrance being there and here to underground. This area here, of course, is all just false rock. As you can see it just covering the gap there. This is an entrance that leads underground. This here is another tunnel entrance. You can clearly see the entrance to the underground going there. I'm not sure if this is a road or not going in that direction. I don't know, but that is clearly an underground entrance. This is Sol 419 Curiosity Mast Cam. Now, here we're going to take you on a little journey to show you that machines on Mars are actually there. This here, perhaps I should increase the size slightly, just to give you an idea. This is some kind of a transport system. Let's just give it a bit of color, shall we, so you can see it easily enough. Could be a train system or a road system, but nonetheless, this is what I'm looking at. And we go back further on. Whatever this is here, you can see there's a ramp coming down here, and it seems to be uploading something here. I'm not sure what. And we'll move back a bit. I don't know where this end of this train is. Looks like this could be the end of it here. Or does it extend? I can't see if it extends or not. Here is another entrance to a tunnel. There. This here is a concealed train. The camouflage is almost 100% effective. But by highlighting it, we can see the outline will come out, and we'll see that there is in fact a train there. That's a train, and it's going into this tunnel here. You can see the tunnel starting there. This train goes in there. Here we have another train. Now this one looks slightly different. Well, it could either be a train or a road system. I'm not sure. I haven't seen any rails. I can't say for sure. This here, I'm not sure what that is. But this train seems to extend back. If I go out, you'll see it better. Can't really see where it goes, but it looks like there's a tunnel here, so I'm presuming that thing is coming out of that tunnel over there. Yep, that's what it looks like. So those things do exist. I mean, it's very difficult to deny that this is in fact a machine looking object. That looks like a platform to me. At the back here, I saw before was kind of a building. It could be this one here, but there was another one. Let's go higher up. Nope, nothing there. Okay, so let's go back here again. We've got a tunnel system there. Now here we have another train, also partly concealed, and it seems to be waiting on a rail or on a road, depending what system it is. Whatever these guys do, I wish I knew. And yep, that looks like it, and it's going into this tunnel over there. Right, so that's where that disappears. Now the way I see it, regardless of what these things are, if they are so long, they must be moving something. That means if they're moving something, the population must be huge, because this isn't the only site with these on. These things are all over the place. You'll notice, for example, if we go further on, you've got a sort of a home structure here, a building structure here, which looks very similar to Earth type of structure. We can go further this way a bit. Let's go up, see what else we can find here. This here is like a structure of some sort. I don't know what it is. This could also be just a train or a industrial site, industrial mining site or something, but there seems to be buildings here, quite a complex of buildings just here. So this could be a mining complex. I mean, it is way out, it's hidden from everything else. You've got vehicle looking things here and here. You've got a road leading up there. Where does that road go to? Nowhere. Well, all roads at Mars lead nowhere, it looks like. This is what we're getting here. Let's go up here slightly. Don't know what this is. This looks sort of mechanical, or they definitely don't look like rock formations. Let's go up here slightly. Seems to be another complex here. Here's another train. They are very strange. Their technology is so odd. It's way beyond anything I would have ever imagined it could possibly be. And it's so small. I mean, these things are small as toys. And yet they work. They run a planet. It's just utterly amazing. And I would really like to know what's going on here. This train here, as you can see, is coming out of a tunnel here somewhere. It seems to be emerging into a tunnel there. I'm just looking for any other quick structures here. Okay, well, let's not waste any more time on this one. You've now seen the trains. Let's give you one last look at them so that you can be a little more convinced that these things actually do exist. Because there they are, in plain view. Well, if I can find them, they'll be in plain view. Where are they? There they are. Right. There you've got two trains. One looks like it's a platform. This looks like it's somewhere else. I'm not sure what's going on here. But there you are. This is what we can see. Right, that's the end of that. This is Sol 787 from the Curiosity rover. We're now going from the bizarre to the totally weird. This here, first of all, looks humanoid. Very difficult to say. I'm running on 600% magnification, so everything will be blurred. Bear with me. That looks like a bit of a person there, but that's not the reason we're here. I'm not looking for people. What I'm looking for is this here. This here, if you look at the particular shape of it, is a machine. Now, that's a machine. And this machine extends to here, there, and it's got this thing coming out here, with whatever goes up there, and it comes through to here, like that. I'll just move it along so you can see it slightly better. There we go. And that is a machine. Going this way is another machine there. Now this machine is huge. It is huge. That machine there is huge, and it's attached to this machine here. And if you look at this here you got a gear, a huge, huge, huge gear. Huge. Now, what I think I'm looking at here is a machine that supplies power to industrial complex, probably a mine or something else similar to that. Here you'll notice there's an entrance to the underground here, but it looks more like a straight drop down. There is a bit of a pathway leading in there, but generally speaking that is down, so that could be a mining operation going on here. I don't know, but all these machines that are here, all of these machines, and bear with me, on this magnification they don't really look like machines, but this, at a clear glance, you can see, well, I can see, looks like a machine. And let's move on up here. I'm not going to spend much time on this one here. This looks like a mining complex simply because if we go higher up, like for example here, there's very well camouflaged. These guys are very good at camouflage. This here, there's a vehicle there, looks like, this looks like huge machinery. This might be part of the power distribution network. We don't know. I don't know what this is, but it is there. That's all I can say. Then as you go higher, we come to the main complex here, which looks like a main complex to me. We've got, it starts off with this huge disc here. When I say huge, I'm talking about in alien terms. That thing's probably only the size of about, difficult to say, probably 2 stories high. But then again, the people are tiny, or the aliens themselves are tiny. All of this here is complex. All of this is building complexes. If you like, go and have a look and use your cell phone. While bring up this picture onto your PC and then look at it through your cell phone. And if you're a good cell phone, then you'll get a good picture, and you'll be able to see what's going on here. And then you make up your own mind. And there's plenty of these. This isn't the only one.